So that brings us to episode 3 of this really fun little build. It's just a mini version of a log cabin slash debris shelter, but using moss. And thank you again to everyone that commented in the last video. So in my last video, I asked whether I should turf or moss it, and moss won the vote. So thank you again to everybody that commented. There were some great suggestions that weren't turf or moss. Some people suggested doing turf and moss. So thank you again for all of those suggestions. So as you've seen in this episode, I've collected lots and lots and lots of moss. You know, it might look like I'm just walking up the bank here to collect a bit of moss, but actually it's about a 15-minute walk there and back. And it's like up and down, crazy terrain. So I didn't film all of it, but I have spent 2.5 days collecting moss. I didn't film collecting all of the moss, but trust me, it took quite a few trips. So what I've done with the moss is I've covered the roof. I've covered obviously both sides of the roof, and I've also used bits at the back here in order to just to fill in these gaps so no light or cold air comes in. There's a couple of more gaps visible, but all I have to do is just get a little bit more moss. I've left this opening because I think I want to build a door. I really do think I want to build a door. So what I might do is take this up to about maybe there, so that's closed off, and then this will be my door. So by the way, what I've done here is I've put the wood stove in, and I've started to cook up some food because it's getting late. I missed out on lunch and I'm quite hungry. Hey. If you have a dog, comment below what breed of dog you have. I'm always interested to know what sort of dog you have. Hey? And I think Amber wants to know too, don't you? And again, I've just got a wall here. I do need to get some more moss, which I'm going to just fill in. I'm going to use the moss to fill in all these gaps. And yeah, so that'll just leave, the only opening will be right here and right there. I made this extra large because I didn't quite know where the flue would go. However, now that I know it's there, what I might do is put a few more cross sections in, maybe up until about there, and then have another section going up from there, just to leave a gap for the flue because it gets quite hot. And the last thing we want to do is burn this down. The wood is super dry wood. You know, it's not the most amazing wood, but it's just wood that was cleared to allow more sunlight to reach the woodland floor many years ago. And it was then stacked, stacked in a big pile and left to dry. You can see it's seasoned nicely. It's got nice cracks in it. It does still have bark on it on some pieces, but you know what? I'm not going to complain because I didn't have to cut any trees down. I didn't damage the environment, and I've just reused something that was lying in a big pile. If you're wondering what I've just cooked up, well, I cooked up some chicken. It's been marinating in a garlic and herb marinade for the last few days. And I've decided to cook it up and throw it into one of these mini baguettes. In the baguette, there's rocket, there's red onion, there's yellow pepper. What else have we got? Salsa, and then the chicken, of course. And now it's one of those, which end do I start from? I think I'll start from this end. I'll do that next time. You know, when I came to the woodland, I didn't know what I wanted to cook up. I knew I wanted to do something in a pan because I had the wood stove with me, but I wasn't too sure. And then I kind of thought, why don't I just do like a lunch style, a warm lunch baguette, which is exactly what I've done. And it's that good that I'm sure I could sell these from here. I don't think I'd have many customers though. Anyway, woodland lunch idea in a pan, comment below. Something quick, easy to do, doesn't take long, doesn't need much preparation. I'm always up for those interesting ideas. What would you do in a pan in the woodland for lunch? Let me know. And if you're wondering how I got the fire going, well, you can see this tree here. This tree's got lots of blisters on it. This is a balsam fir, and these blisters are resin. So what I did was I just went along with a stick and just poked a hole in them, and all the resin just seeps out. You collect that on a stick, like I did, and then using my fire steel, I struck down onto it, and within seconds it caught light, which I then transferred over to the wood stove. But if you look, so right there's one that I haven't popped. I'll just pop it, and you can just see that resin. These are filled with resin, and they're great when it comes to fire lighting. So look out for these next time you're out in the woods. So this rotten pine tree, well, I think it's a pine tree. This has been down here for a long time, and I'm sure right in there we'll find some fat wood. The only way to find out is by kicking this off or sawing it, but I'll just kick it for now if it works. No, it's quite, well, it's got a slight piney aroma, but it's not heavy like a normal bit of fat wood would be. But I'll just get my knife out to test it. Well, I'll just have a look. We're looking for a really goldeny coloured core, like an amber colour or a golden colour. There might be a very small bit in there. Very small bit. No. Nah. Nope. Well, if you do want to find fat wood or learn how to identify it, then check out one of my previous videos where I show you how to locate, identify and light fat wood. So next time I come here, I'm going to bring my sleeping bag, some deer skins to lie on, and obviously my dog as well, and some food. And I'll come back here and I'll do an overnighter. Do you have any ideas of what else I could do? Do you want me to do a table, a few shelves in there? The door, I'll do the door eventually. I was just thinking about it. It's not that urgent because it's quite warm at the moment. So I might leave it until later on in the year, until well, when it starts to get a bit colder. But yeah, what other projects could I do? What other projects? Let me know in the comments. And if you're new to the channel and haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. I've built a lot of shelters in the past, but I just love the look of this one. I've done these like Alice in Wonderland like windows, where they kind of like splay out. Yeah, I don't know, something different. But I absolutely love the look of this. Well, it's been a great build so far. It's been really enjoyable. And I've taken my time doing this. I haven't kind of come and tried to do it in 3 or 4 days and rush it. I've just taken it nice and easy. It's been a nice pace. But I just want to say, if you are still watching, thank you very much. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the red button, make it turn grey. Please subscribe. And if you do enjoy these sort of videos, the only way to let me know is by hitting that like button. Yeah. With that being said, thanks so much. See you next week. Goodbye.